Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at NVDA, AMD, and Tesla. We follow the daily, weekly, monthly time frames. We use technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. If you like the videos, sign up at my website. It's free. Or click down here and subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right, let's go into the daily chart. 617 million on the day, 0.52% down, 86 cents red. We did go up. We talked about confirming above the 20 MA, the 50 MA, and the 200 MA. Strong stance. Went up to this pivot high, stalling out right at the all-time high at 168.50. So now we're going sideways in a bullish setup. Let's see if we pop up into earnings, or do we just grind, maybe even a little bit of fade in the earnings. 8817 are the earnings for NVIDIA. If that's correct, that's what I read on the website. And let's see what happens, guys. Do we chop around with the light volume market? Does it go sideways and start to pop? Or do we just kind of maybe chop around and maybe slowly fade into the 20 MA? 20 MA will curl into price, possibly setting up higher, but everything's going in earnings, so let's see what happens to this one in the next couple of weeks. Does it possibly fade, but when the markets go grinding up the last 9 days, this is grinding up with it, guys. So that's the bottom line. Still above the MAs, strong stance, nothing wrong. Trail the stops, bulls, and remember, going into earnings, make sure you're not loaded to the house, because it is a 50-50 shot, guys. Do not load the house. For us, it's no more than 10% total position of your total portfolio. So if you have a $100,000 account, you're only going in 10 grand in any position at the most. Usually we start slower. We do quarter positions, quarter, getting it to our max position. Sometimes we just stay with a half position. Allows us to have a wider stop out on our swing trades. But again, great stance, above the MAs, grinding higher with the markets. Nothing wrong with the stock of the year. Let's go into AMD. AMD, on the other hand, guys, nice little run up, great little pullback, chopping around inside this bar, held the 20 and the 50 and the 200 MA. Strong stance, good position, but still in the middle of this range from the high to the low trend line, and just chopping around waiting for earnings. Guys, earnings next week on 7/25 on AMD. I think that's right. If that's not right, someone let me know, but that's what I've looked at on the internet or Yahoo, what have you, and that's what that's telling me. Again, strong stance, going sideways. Let's see what happens in the next couple days. Well, it's the 21st, so it's, I think, next Tuesday, I think. So let's see. That's really going to drive this thing up. If it does pop, guys, 15.55, 16.21 is going to be good resistance, and then all the way up at 17.78. 17 even number will be okay, but that's the numbers up if it gets a trend line breakout above these highs. Remember, we've been hitting. It's making it a little bit weak, so if this flies up, well, it'll probably just gap up and go. But other scenario, gaps down and goes. So we get below these lines, good support here, gap fill, 200 MA, plenty of support, just like plenty of resistance. So again, guys, playing this, going into earnings, just make sure you're not loaded the boat. It's a 50-50 shot. Just like the casino, guys, I'd rather go to the casino, get some drinks, and at least have some fun with my friends. So that's it with AMD, strong stance. Just let's see how it plays out. Let's see what happens on the Friday close, which is the weekly, and then we'll take it from there. Let's look into Tesla, guys. So Tesla's still chopping around up and down, a little bit negative on the day, nothing crazy, but down, sideways action below the MAs, 20 MAs starting to curl in the price. This one going in earning on 8/2, so this one's about 2 weeks away. Again, setting up for downside action here, but with earnings, it could go to 400. Earnings, it could go down to 264, 64, or the 200 MA. There's still, some gaps to fill down here, and then ultimately this little double pivot or double bottom right around 240, 272, and even the 250 round number, that's big too. So, but earnings, guys, this thing can rip higher or it can drop lower. So, hard to say with this one, but without earnings, without the light volume markets, this down sideways action, this is setting up for lower prices. You do have a slight micro bull, but overall it's slightly bearish below these MAs. If it starts to slip, look for your 300 even number. You have another gap fill, gap window, gap fill, gap window, gap fill, gap window. You got a bunch of gaps and stuff like that. So nice move up, guys. Nice fall down. And of course, what was it on? News. Just all news. All news going down, so that's what's driving these markets, and the light volume grind on all the indexes, guys. It's been pretty amazing, though, the last couple months, these markets grinding. I should say even the last couple weeks have been pretty amazing. So watch this one, guys. If you're bullish, Just go into earnings, don't load the house, and you know, let's see what happens, guys. 50% up, 50% down. I don't know what it's going to do, but if it does go down, we'll cover our short. We'll look at areas for it to buy the dip, because I will buy the dip on this one, guys. I almost did here, and I got to wait for lower prices. Like with everything, guys, when something runs from 180 to almost 400, you're going to get a pullback, period. So I'm going to look for good support if this does come down, and I'm going to buy that. I'm going to cover my short and buy the dip. If it pops, I will add more to my short up in here. I have no problem. My positions, like I said, are not gigantic, guys. I'm looking to make 500 to 1,000 on these things. If they go upside down, I'll do it again. Reason why I would do it, because I'm looking at the monthly charts, and eventually the markets pull back. Even a good couple day pullback, couple week pullback, these high flyers will come in. That's what we're playing right now. Good bullish pattern though. Look at this, chop, chop, chop. Hits the 50 MA and boom on the monthly. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months up. That's talking to me as well. 400 might be hit on earnings, but that's what everyone's thinking. So I'm thinking the opposite, where this goes down. We go down, I'll be buying the dip, guys. I'll be covering my shorts and going long with you guys. I can't wait. I want to go long these markets, but right now at the highs, guys, I just can't do it. All right, thanks for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. God bless. See you on the charts.